Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to Farm Sim 19. This is Valley Old Farm episode number 13. We'll see if we're lucky this afternoon, as we just had our lunch break from work this morning, the last episode, and we continue on. We begin with a load of logs. It's not a huge load, but we'll see. This should be a pretty decent sum of money. Possibly. Find the trigger, and there we go. $25,645. Not bad, not bad. We've certainly done better than that, but it'll certainly make a dent on the herbicide and fertilizer spreading that we need to do within this episode. So we're going to take this back up here. Dad is currently working with the equipment over here and getting the hang of that. And I think he might be cutting additional trees at the moment, and we're gonna just leave. Actually, you know what, let's make this a downhill situation so the logs don't slide out the back. Go around this stump and we'll park this guy right over here in that neutral territory between these. And then I'm going to move on down. Oh, we have so much equipment. Oh. Now, I'm in the right area. Not the right vehicle, but here we go. Alright, so we need some herbicide. Let's go ahead and purchase. I forget how much it's going to take to fill this up. Herbicide tank. 2,000. Well, you know what? We could do this the easy way. Buy one. Fill that up. Figure out what the percentage is. And go from there. Alright, well, it got us a quarter. Exactly a third, so we need two more. I don't care too much for where it placed that second one, but it'll be easy enough to maneuver. We'll just go around the outside here. Now there's one additional thing I want to do before we get back to work. And you can see we have regular stock tires on this tractor. And when we go to finish this job, we are going to have an issue with potentially having some crop destruction happening. So I'm going to kind of hop in here and just see what it's going to involve. Trying to get some skinny wheels on here. So, you know what, while I'm here, let's just go ahead and do a quick repair, $273, and then we'll customize. Okay, the Michelin are wide tires only, but if we go to the Trailberg... Uh-oh. We only have standard or wide on the Trailberg. What about the Nokian Communal? Okay, the JCB cannot go skinny tires. But that doesn't mean our other tractors can't. We do have the red, what is that, case? I would assume the case should be able to. We'll have to check that out back at the farm, as there is a workshop there. Now I was working on field number 1, so we're going to head back out to field number 1. So we'll head back out to field number 1 and then resume our work here with the herbicide. You may have noticed, let's not run this lady crossing the street over. You may have noticed that the added realism for vehicles is a little bit different now. The GUI, for one thing, has been upgraded and is now below the attachment, so underneath the herbicide instead of above it. It's in a green instead of a white now. But they also did alter the mechanics for it, so that has been changed as well. Something to do with how it digs in, especially on surfaces like this. It shouldn't be sinking anymore, which it certainly doesn't appear to be. And am I in the right place? Let's find out. I think this is where I left off. It is. So we're going to turn that fertilization off. Plowing line. Let's just go with some weeds. But then again, I think I need to know. Field 2 and 6 was done. I'm not going to be able to do those. 7 was fertilized. Was it just 7, 2, and 6 so far? No, 8 as well. 7, 8, and then 2 and 6. So I will not be able to spray those until that next phase, which is why we're going to need those skinny wheels for the avoiding the issues there. But we have the upper arm, the panhandle is done. We're going to have to continue on along here, and I'm definitely over from where I need to be, so we'll want to open this up almost right away, but we'll start from here. And there we go. Alright, so back in business, take care of these weeds, which aren't bad right now, but they'll get a whole lot worse in the later growing stages unless we do exactly what we're doing here. So after getting this refilled, which is definitely not going to get everything done, this is going to take multiple times filling up. We've still got 41,000 left, so that's a pretty good chunk of change. And Dad is working with the forestry right now, which will keep moving us along towards the next load of logs, and that should bring us in another 25 to 30,000. So I think we'll be in pretty good shape when it comes to that. And there you go. I can see the panhandle coverage there, but I think we only did one row down and back. So we got to keep going. Oh yeah, I can see where it's coming to an end. Alright, well, this is a lengthy task. We're gonna cover a lot of ground, but we're gonna cover that ground relatively quickly here as we're gonna switch over into time lapse. Let's get some work done. So north of the river, we've got things pretty well coming along when it comes to the herbicide. We have a couple fields that were already sprayed with fertilizer. We have a couple fields that really need the fertilizer first and foremost, so I haven't done those yet. So we've skipped over a group of fields, but otherwise we've now got about 70% of the north done, so a little better than 2/3. This grouping of fields minus 31 is what I'll be working on off camera, and then that'll put us into south side of the river into the next episode. In the meantime, we've still been plugging away trying to increase our funding, short-term, long-term. We're up to 61,000 now, but of course I'm off to go spend another $6,000 again refilling this, but it'll definitely get us across to the south side of the river, so at least we've got that going. But then there's still a lot of herbicide to spray. There is still a ton of fertilizer to spray, so we're going to be spending some money, no doubt about it. We have still got to spend some money between here and the end of this phase of our project, but we are getting closer. We are definitely getting closer, and 60 grand is, a good little chunk of change that should help us get there. Like I said, I'm about to go spend another $6,000 of that right now. But there's definitely truckloads. There's plenty of trees out there. So I think finances wise, before the end of this day 4 mid-spring, we'll at least be able to take another chunk out of what we owe on that $3 million debt that we're trying to pay off, and see if we can't lower that daily interest just a little bit. But that's going to do it for this episode. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like button, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there, and bye for now.